small school guy, when you come out here, what are you looking forward to about competing against these guys from bigger schools in this kind of atmosphere?
Honestly, just showing the GMs and the scouts my name. Just put myself on the map. I don't care what helmet somebody got on. I just want to come out here and dominate.
Good people, it's your boy Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back. Like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling? I just want to say I appreciate all the love over the last 4 days. My draft coverage, my brother's draft coverage, everyone did their thing. I feel like the Cowboys are in good hands with the content creators. Everybody showed me love, all my new subscribers, all my likes, shares, etc. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Tonight, I wanted to just kind of cap everything off as we go forward and just give my draft grade. Now, I did do like a recap like instantaneously right after the draft. I jumped on, kind of talked how I felt about the draft, and it's kind of funny listening to people's draft grades and draft thoughts over the last couple of days. My consensus was right. What I came to was that we were focused on the trenches. We were focused on getting physical. If you go back and listen to my videos right after each round, talking about all the players, I'm respectful people that do this draft thing regularly. From my brother Jay Tuck, DMV, Foots the King, Vach Lombardi, Boss Cowboy, etc. I was on point. So, kind of proud of myself because, you know, I don't do this draft thing regularly, but I'm getting better at it. And, you know what I'm saying, assessing what these players bring to the table. I feel like I did a pretty good job. You know, I'll go down the line and give my draft grades, and I'll give an overall grade at the end. We'll start with Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton, I'm going to give the Cowboys a draft grade of a B. Not a B+, not a B-, a B. Because his upside is amazing. Everybody talks about Tyler Guyton's footwork and his athleticism, and he can get to his spots and his size, you know, his arm length and everything like that. He's just raw. Not a project, but raw. He has all the tools. He just needs somebody to help him put them together or put him in his tool belt or whatever you want to say. But Tyler Guyton, 100% is a B draft grade, which is not bad. To be picking at 24th to trade back with the Lions, pick up an additional pick, and get Tyler Guyton, that's definitely a B. If you want to say the trade back makes it a B+, I'm okay with that. Then we go to Marshawn Kneeland. Now, I know at the time we wanted a running back. I still want a running back, but I'll get to that at the end. Marshawn Kneeland, 100%, in my opinion, is an A. Because of where he ranks in Dane Brugler's like big board or top 100 players or 50 players or whatever, Marshawn Kneeland was amazing value. Some people thought he could have won the first round. He is a tank. I wasn't familiar with him because I also don't do this draft thing that in depth. And I was focused on running back and receiver, like a novice would be. But when you look at him, being 270, 275-ish, I think he's like 6'5" or whatever, might be a little bit taller than that. Just a complete animal. And everything you hear about him, you hear the word motor. Motor. Relentless. Comparing him to D-Law is a compliment. You know what I'm saying? And D-Law is 32. We don't know how much longer we're going to have D-Law. Might be 3-4 more years, but while we have him, why not bring an understudy under him that can learn from him, that has that drive, that motor too. So Kneeland is an A to me. Cooper Beebe, A+. A+. You talking about somebody that was ranked way higher in 2022. And his 2023 tape wasn't bad. It's just that it wasn't quite as high as 2022. But if you look at Cooper Beebe, 100% one of the best guards that came off the board in the draft. Someone that has played all the positions on the line. Literally in one game, he played 3 different positions. Versatility, a house of a person. Like, seriously. And, you know, these guys, the thing you start to notice with the draft is, oh, they're going for a certain type of mentality. That's why I showed that video in the beginning of Ryan Flournoy. because, the Cowboys are looked at as front runners. Remember Aaron Jones' video? They front runners. Let's go out there and punch them in the mouth. They soft. I think we tired of that. And we went out there to add dogs to this team, and every last one of these players got some type of chip on their shoulder. Every last one of them. I love it. Beebe is nasty. He's nasty. Marshawn Kneeland is a nasty, physical, hard-hitting defensive end that probably can play 3-tech a little bit. That type of dude. Tyler Guyton, if you've heard his attitude since he got drafted, just a nasty, want to go out there, can't wait to play for the Cowboys type mentality. Right? Then you go to Maurice Lufile. Hope I said his name right. Linebacker with a lineage of players that he's related to. I think he's related to Puka Nacua, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong, but I'm looking forward to seeing him. Like, when you seen what he said after he got drafted, he's like, let's go, let's get to work. His mentality, what I've heard, he's just a missile. He got all the measurables. Long arms, great in coverage. Compared to Fred Warner, like, if that's your starting base, comparing you to Fred Warner, now that's high praise. That's the best linebacker in the league. But if that's your base, people are like, yo, you got all the attributes of Fred Warner. Let's just see what you can put together. I feel like the Cowboys got to steal. Got to steal, and they'll be talked about years from now. Now, I know at this point you're like, where's the running back? And I'm getting to that. We will get to it at the end. After that, you get Carson. I think I said his name right. Cornerback out of Wake Forest. Someone that would have went way higher in the draft, but he had injury issues. But it's okay. We're not going to worry about that because we got value at getting him later in the draft. But listen, another attitude guy. I'm talking about a physical corner that likes to tackle. I think his Twitter name is something walking seatbelt or something like that. Self-professed man coverage person that just loves to play man. He's not afraid to cover anyone. Like I said, he's physical. He loves to come up and tackle. Probably would have went higher if he didn't have the injury issues. Plays inside and outside corner. I'm talking about somebody that we can add to the DB room. Sneaky pick when we weren't really talking about cornerback, but somebody we probably needed. Not too mad, but you're still asking yourself, where is the running back? And I'm going to get to that. Because at this point, we were wiped. The fourth round, there was a run on running backs. They were all gone. You started to get to the point where you're like, am I reaching? Am I reaching for a running back? So you keep going. You know what I'm saying? You keep proceeding. Then we finally get our receiver, 6th round, Ryan Flournoy. And that's the clip you saw in the beginning. Now, look, I still don't know much about this gentleman. So you start digging. Who is this guy? What's his measurables? 6'2", 208, 210-ish. Runs a 4.4. I'm talking about big physical receiver. I like it. He hasn't even put on his man body yet in the league. And his attitude in the beginning, you heard it. Hey, man, I don't care what's on the helmet. I just want to go out here and put my name on the map for these GMs. And he did. Now, you can say it's a 6th round pick. What's that really going to do? You know the Cowboys play everybody. Jalen Brooks, 7th round pick last year, played, got in some games. So, yes, Flournoy will get in some games, I think. I think he has a chance to make his name in camp. Remember, you go out there and put in work. Mike McCarthy going to play you. It's up to him. But his attitude is right there. And then seeing with the legend Chris Carter, I ain't going to lie, got me excited. You want to talk about a legend. Chip on his shoulder. Someone that is kind of forgotten about, but legendary receiver. Hard worker. To have that as your mentor, that's high praise. To have Chris Carter as your mentor is kind of like sneaky. Like, oh, that's who you've been around? The Cowboys might have snuck and got one on the low. We're going to see. Got a lot of work. Got OTAs. We got camp and stuff to come up. Let's see. But I'm excited about that pick. And that little Chris Carter thing when he ran the 40, just to see their relationship. I like that. Then after that, we went back to getting physical, right? Nathan, I think it's Nathaniel Thomas. Another offensive tackle who they're going to move to guard. Literally one of the strongest linemen in the draft. Now his tackle tape is kind of bad, but he's physical, he's strong, he's a people mover. So putting him at guard is probably the best thing. You know what I'm saying? He's excited about the move to guard, never played guard, but he's excited about it. And like I said, he's a people mover. After that, you got Justin Rogers. That's our one tech, 350, like 6'6" or whatever, 6'5", out of Auburn. Now listen, don't know too much about him either. Outside, I used to pick him on a couple of my mock drafts. But like I said, he's a one tech. He's nasty. That can't be the full-fledged plan. He is a body, a rotational piece, somebody that can be stand-in case of emergency. Mozzie Smith, Osa will be the starters. We still need to go get another veteran. We'll talk about that in the days coming when we start talking about the plan, like what's next. And then our final draft pick, Ezekiel Elliott. Yes. It almost feels like Zeke was a draft pick because it almost seems like he was a part of the plan. I talked about it in my video yesterday. Appreciate y'all. That video is about 18K. And literally, it just seems like the Cowboys just banked on, hey, we don't get nobody, we'll just sign Zeke. Literally signed him right after the draft. Made it official today. So it looks like, Zeke was a draft pick. At least that's how it feels. And that's how we got to digest it. Like I said, there's more things to come. I've been reading the tea leaves, paying attention to all the Cowboys reporters. People are tapped in. A couple of people I got connections to. And apparently the Cowboys aren't done. If it's going to be it could be Dameon Pierce. It could be a trade. It could be a running back that's possibly going to get cut, like Miles Sanders or something like that. Like, there's plans to keep churning and add to this roster. And I'm hoping that it's another running back. Because our running back room is deep, but it's thin, if that makes sense. A lot of players, but the talent is thin to me. Yeah, I said it. So we still got work to do. Still happy to have Zeke back, but I want to pair him with somebody else. And like I said, those tea leaves will start to come out later. I think what's next is the Cowboys said it themselves. We are in the business of looking at some veterans. I'm hearing even maybe a veteran receiver might be coming down the pike. Shh, don't tell nobody about that. But my thing is this. The Cowboys were waiting for that compensatory formula to close. I think that window has closed. So, yes, we'll start to sign people. That's why you saw Damian Whistling get signed. I don't know if that's a big deal. But we weren't signing nobody else until that compensatory formula closed so we can get all those fifth-round picks next year. So now that that's done, you'll see the Cowboys start signing some veterans. But I wanted to give my draft grade. Overall, you notice I stopped saying grades after about the fourth round. Overall, I think the draft was a B to a B+. I'll put it at a B+. Just because you had a point of view, you came into the draft, you're like, I'm going to draft and get more physical, and I think you accomplished that. Now, their plan wasn't what we thought, because I was like, load the clip. They weren't thinking about me at all. They was like, get some Zeke, and that's what you get. But I am happy that we accomplished our goal for the most part. We did get more physical. We did improve the trenches, which is what we needed. But look, it's your boy, Mr. Rome. Give your draft grade in the comments from A, B, C, D, F, whatever you want to say. And look, going forward, I can see the Cowboys making some moves. They're not going to be humongous moves, but they'll be moves. I'll holla.